Sunrise. According to the CDC, nearly 3 in 5 high school girls in the U.S. report feeling depressed for at least 2 weeks during the past year. That has doubled the rate for boys and a 60% increase over the past 10 years. And joining me now to talk about those alarming trends, mental health expert Shantala Boss. Shantala, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
Shantala, one other number, the CDC also reporting that 1 in 3 teenage girls, they've thought about suicide. Attempting suicide. These numbers, they're staggering and they're also very concerning. To kind of take us through this, like what are you seeing with your patients? What is this about, the trend?
Well, you know, like we were talking earlier, it's tough being a woman, a girl, looking at social media, looking at videos, looking, you know, when we were younger, we were, you know, at the grocery store looking at People magazine or Star, whatever it might be. And now, but we were able to go home and separate ourselves from that. Now it's in front of their face all day, every day. And when the pandemic hit, it was their main source of communication. So it was extremely important that they be on their phones, that they have that connection, because girls in general need more of that connection than teen boys. They need it, but girls are more, you know, social and they need to talk. So it grew, and now it's like kids are on their phones about 8 hours a day. Some of it's watching videos, right? But it's all, you know, all these messages that they're getting, and sometimes things are distorted or misunderstood. Also, they're getting text, they're getting the Snapchat messages, but sometimes things are misconstrued, and then there's arguments.
So, Shantala, there's so much to talk about
So
here.
much.
So let's first start with, you know, what should these teen girls be doing? I mean, should they be in extracurricular activities, sports, things that can build their confidence, their self-esteem, to make them realize, you know, how valued they are?
Well, that's really important. You know, a lot of times talk about sports. Some kids say, well, they're not interested in sports. Is it music? Is it a certain hobby? Are you interested in animals? Something to give them responsibility, a sense of purpose, belonging, because that's what all humans need, and that's what helps. When we have depression or feeling of hopelessness, it's usually a sense of loss, lack of purpose. And that happens at every age and stage of life. But especially kids, when they think that the whole world is moving ahead of them and all these great things are happening. And then girls also struggle with the body positivity. They struggle with feeling objectified as a girl, and then also compromising sometimes their values because they want to be wanted and needed. So it's difficult. So we have to really include them in other activities for sure.
If a parent is watching this right now and they're concerned about their daughter, they're thinking, this could be my child, what are some of the signs, like, okay, my daughter might be in crisis, you know, what are some of those signs? What do I need to do?
Well, a lot of times our girls tell us pretty quickly, you know, they maybe just due to withdrawal, they're not interested in the same things they were before, not sleeping, not eating, changes in friends, also anger, hostility. A lot of times teenagers and young people, when they're depressed, they actually show it as anger because they don't know how to verbalize their feelings. So you may think, oh, wow, they're just off the rails, or they're not behaving appropriately, and it might be that. So we really need to kind of ask our teen girls and have them lead the conversation. How do you feel about this? Sometimes parents will shut it all down and don't look at it anymore. That's not going to help because this isn't going anywhere. And they need to learn those tools as an adult for success.
No, and Shantala, we're almost out of time here, but 30 seconds left. What are the steps in fixing this? I know you can't fix something like this, but to make it better, to help your child, how can a parent do that?
Well, you know, having like different zones to have social media at certain times, or looking at your computer or your phone at certain times, also taking it away at night. And parents should do that too, modeling that for kids, because we're all on it all the time. So being a model and really helping them have some limits and enjoying outdoor sports, activities, whatever it may be that can help them build their self-esteem.
Excellent. Okay, well, thank you so much for coming on, and hopefully these numbers do change here in the next several years, because it was, I told you, I read about this last week and it really was alarming. I saved the article because I just couldn't believe that this is what's happening with our, you know, young adults.
I think the numbers are higher than we even know because some people aren't reporting it.
Okay, Shantala, thanks so much for coming in today.
Thank you.
The time right now is 9:18. Let's check in now with meteorologist Kellyanne Class for an update on the weather out there.